Thank you so much for joining us. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's going really well. Just, out here surviving in the quarantine, but yeah, staying positive. So,
Have you always known that you wanted to be a professional soccer player, or like when did you decide, you know what, this is what I want to do?
what I always said was I wanted to be a professional soccer player, but I didn't say it until I was a little older and I was realizing like there was that opportunity for women. Because kind of when I was really young, there wasn't really that available for soccer. So then when I decided that's what I wanted to be, I went to college, and when I was in college, it was so great because the NWSL had already formed, and it was really cool having like that in the distance, knowing it was there for when you are done college and you're done soccer, and knowing that's something that's like achievable for you to get. That was really awesome to have that in sight and keep working for it and knowing it's there. So that was incredible, and it's just gotten better and better for women's sports. And yeah, it was definitely something I've always wanted to do. So I'm happy I'm able to finally do it, and it's my job, so it's great.
How long have you been using Lumen?
So I got it about a month, I want to say just less than a month ago. I started using it right away. I still have to use it for a little bit longer to have the fingerprint unlocked, right? Yeah, that's where it can really
Your
start
flex,
benefiting.
your metabolic flex score.
Yeah, that's what it's called. And I just have to do it for a little bit longer to have it, unlock that for me. But it's been great so far, even though I'm excited to see what information I'm actually going to start getting once that's unlocked. But everything I've been getting so far has been so helpful. And the meals that they like show you how you can make, and you can customize if you don't have certain things to see if that's on par with what the meals are going for is really awesome. And the app is incredible. It explains so much. And at first I was really, really interested in it because my one of a girl I know, Alicia Newman, she just partnered with the pole vaulter in Canada. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is really interesting, like having this available to you to really know, because it's how else are you really going to know? You're not. So, and it's the first product I've ever seen that can do something like this. So other than, going to like a fancy facility and spending a lot of money on it. So this was really exciting to finally get access to.
And I mean, are you using it every day, by the way?
Yeah. So I've been using it every day in the morning, but then I'm also really trying to get it's called the fingerprint, to get it like really tailored towards me. So I'm doing it sometimes before and after like high intensity interval trainings, or after I'm doing some type of technical work with soccer, or sometimes, and I'm doing it after I eat lunch sometimes, just to get like better reads on what's going. So I've been doing it. Some days I'll just do it the once, and some days I'm doing it multiple times just to see what it's saying. So yeah, and it's crazy because some of the days where I wake up and I feel a little bit like heavier, it's the score always is indicating what I'm feeling. Because I used to be like, okay, maybe it's like um it's normal this way, because the higher the score is, probably, I don't know if it's worse if the score is higher or if it's like,
It's not better or worse. It's a really good question. A lot of people say, oh no,
yeah,
it's not good. It's like good or bad or better or worse. It's not like a positive negative. It's just, it's where you are.
yeah,
It's stating today you're using more carbohydrates and today you're using more fats and today you're somewhere in the middle.
it's been really cool to like be able to click into that and understand everything. And I'm still like reading a lot on it, trying to like fully like grasp it, because I'm like, I got the easy ins and outs of it, but I'm like, I know it goes a lot deeper than that. And like I want to really, really start to understand exactly like what means what, but the app does like such a good job of explaining everything. So
How has it helped you being in quarantine, with, all the changes that are going on?
I think Lumen's really helpful during this time specifically because it keeps things structured. And I'm a big like things need to be structured kind of thing. So having that available during this time, I feel like is actually, I'll love it no matter what, but having it right now, I think was a very like crucial thing to help with this time, give you something to like focus on and work on, because if not, I feel like you can sometimes just like go up and down with nutrition, like you see a lot of people probably doing right now. So it's been good to keep me on track and focused.
That's awesome. What's like the biggest thing that you've learned since using Lumen?
Surprisingly, I've definitely learned how much more you can eat for breakfast that I wasn't doing in the first place. And all the different types of foods that I can be eating that I hadn't been eating that are going to give me a lot more energy and a lot more of that sustainable carbs that are going to help me last throughout my day and with my workouts. And I was, very specific on one breakfast always. Like I was doing the same breakfast for forever, and I never really switched up because I just did that, comfortable with it. But now it's like, well, one, now it's more exciting, and you have the time to make this stuff right now because you're not doing anything. But it really kind of like opened my opinion to like what other foods I can be eating right now that are going to help me more than what the general norm is for some foods that you can eat that'll give you energy. So that's been really exciting, and knowing, and even for lunch and dinner and snacks and everything, all the different types of like variations that you're going to get nutrition from was pretty cool to see and pretty cool to understand everything. And yeah, I've been really like enjoying that part of it.
For somebody who's thinking about using Lumen, what advice would you give them?
Having this tool available to me has really like helped change the way I think and the way I prepare meals for myself. And it also has made me feel like really, really different and more energetic with my sport. So I think it doesn't matter, professional, amateur, like you said, like anybody can use it. And even like non-athletes it's beneficial to them because it really, it's going to help with your day-to-day life. But I think definitely for athletes, it's going to unlock certain things that could potentially help you unlock different areas of your game, and you could see big changes and stuff, because I think sometimes athletes were very like habit oriented, and that works for us, just go with that. But then I'm sometimes kind of resistant to like changing things when I don't think they're broken. But with this, I was like, okay, well, I changed things and it actually made things way better, and I could see changes. And and it wasn't even one of those things where you have to wait a while and then you'll see changes. Like I was genuinely starting to see like differences like pretty quickly. And I think that's part of being an athlete. You're already kind of like in that healthy state, so it's easier to start seeing changes. But it was a really great thing to have. And I definitely think any athletes that are really interested in knowing how themselves better and how to learn more about their body and really target certain specific things when it comes to their sport, this is definitely a product that you need to try and you need to have, because it is my best friend now. Carry it with me.
What was your intention with using it? What did you want to achieve, or what was your goal?
I really wanted to get better insight, and that's all I really thought I was going to get, was just insight on I'm burning fats today or I'm burning carbs today, and just kind of understand that that's it, and okay, try to make adjustments from there. But that I wasn't really going into it thinking like anything really would change that much. But once I got it, I was like, wow, it's telling me this. It's also giving me recipes. It's giving me workouts. It's giving me a bunch of information in the app that's helping me. It's not like I went in like thinking just one thing, and it really unlocked a bunch of other benefits that I knew it probably could, but I wasn't thinking that when I went into it. So it's been really, really great, because it's been doing a lot for me, and yeah, it's been great. It's really changed a lot. So that's yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have any questions for Lumen, like for us, about the product or the team, or?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, well, how many times do you recommend that I should be using it per day? Should I stay consistent with it, or should I like?
You should use it every morning, 7 times a week.
Yeah.
Before and after a workout, before and after a meal. One of my favorite times is to actually use it before and after a meal when I go out, when we're allowed to go out to actually eat, because you'll get your score for the day, and then Lumen will tell you what you should eat, and then you order it, because it's not like you go into Lumen and it gives you your food. You have to still make a decision. And so you go to a restaurant, you order what you think you're supposed to eat, and then to see the impact of the meal is actually very interesting, because sometimes you'll be surprised on how the food is actually impacting your metabolism. So I like, but minimum every morning, and then before and after a workout is for sure. And at least one meal a couple of times a week, definitely, just to get an idea for new meals that you might be trying.
I thought I would have a ton of questions at first when I started using it, but everything like was answered very quickly when I started using it. And then if I had any questions, I would, just like go onto the app and I would look through things and it would explain a lot to me. And then I would find new information about it as well. And new information just about health and wellness in general. So yeah, it's been really great. It's a great product you guys have. So I'm happy I had to use it.
I'm happy that you found us and that you're using it.
Yeah.
The most important thing. Have you been using it? I mean, do you have a nutritionist on your team?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
You compared, what she's been giving you, or what your nutritionist has been giving you with Lumen? Like, have you been comparing that at all?
I have actually. I did it only once when I first got it because I wanted to just see if like her recommendations were on par with Lumen, and some of it was like decently on par, but then other parts were new to me from Lumen, and not like ones like Lumen was better or whatever. But I think like the Lumen recommendations, there was a lot more options, I think, and that was what was a little bit more like attractive to me about it. And my nutritionist, I think her biggest thing is she just like wants to make sure we're just carb loading and making sure we're really energetic and stuff like that. But sometimes you're not knowing maybe what you need a certain day, vice versa. And I think that's been one thing where Lumen has helped unlock that completely. And I can still be on par with the things my nutritionist says and then Lumen as well, but it'll just show me what do I need that certain day and what I don't need that day. So it's just been the biggest thing is just being able to give me insight on what is needed and what's not needed. So yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much.